Hey everybody, it's Thursday. Chris, he's Joey.
Yeah, and it's announcement time.
It is announcement time.
So
We need a theme song. Could you
We
write
do.
that?
I could. You know, kind of like
Along with the other things.
right, kind of like Wake Up San Francisco. Actually, one of my dreams for 2024 with the worship team is to actually write and put music to a worship song from our house.
Oh, that
is one of the goals I have set for 2024 with the worship team. So,
Very cool.
So
That's awesome.
it may not be the theme song for this, but it may become the new anthem for our church.
Okay, cool.
I've never written a song.
Never written a song.
Never written a song.
Well, we got to say hello to Kelly.
We
because
do.
He's been he sees me in the lobby and is like, missed you guys this Thursday
Yeah,
because
man.
I was able.
He doesn't.
So he got us today.
He is. And then Nan is with us. If you are with us on here, tell us where you're watching from so that way we can give you a shout out.
And that you're watching because we like to be like Romper Room and say, I see Kelly.
Yes.
Oh, that's right. Y'all don't know.
We also like to count like other denominations and say, okay, well, there's really 5, but we're going to say there was 50.
Yeah.
You know, we had 50 watching us today.
We inflate.
Yeah, we do.
We inflate numbers.
You know, absolutely. Hey, Meredith.
So how are things with you today?
Good.
Yeah?
Good. I'm actually off tomorrow. So
Are you really?
Yeah, today's my Friday.
Friday?
Today is my Friday.
You get Friday off?
I do. I took it off. We are
Wow.
Bethany and I
Ladies and gentlemen.
the kids, along with my mom and my aunt, are Corey said must be nice.
Yeah.
We went around the table today, and I'm like, okay, so I'm not going to be here tomorrow, and realize that 3/4 of the staff ain't going to be here tomorrow. Jay and Corey, I think, are holding it down, right? You're not Aaron and Corey. Yeah. I knew one of these two.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
yeah. So
you saying it must be nice, rubbed it in.
Aaron's like,
yeah. Aaron's defenseless. He's got headphones on.
So yeah, I'm going on a train ride to the Greenbrier.
Get out.
Yeah, we did it last
Is this
year.
the Amtrak?
Huh?
Really?
We get on right by the Lowry's restaurant bus station.
Okay.
And it drops
So why
you off.
can't you leave from here?
Huh?
From St. Albans. Why can't you leave from...
You know what? I don't know. That's just where we always do it.
is it special or something? That's just
For all you non-churchy people, it's got a Hogwarts train sign. Props to Aaron. He knows what that means. But yes.
Was it 2 3/4?
53 and something. I don't know. Huh? Do you know, Corey? Yeah. Okay.
What is this?
A bunch of heathens over there. But it drops you off for like 4 or 5 hours right at the Greenbrier. And then we went bowling last year, had some dinner, whatnot, and then you get back on. And I mean, you get beautiful views of West Virginia. It takes you up under the New River Gorge Bridge. Hopefully not close to the wildfire that happened 2 nights ago.
Yeah.
And then you are home.
So it's just round trip?
Yeah.
You don't get off the train?
No, you get off, spend
Okay.
5 hours at the Greenbrier.
Oh, wow.
And then you go back to the train depot. And
Okay, so this is a package you buy.
Yeah,
and
man.
You go up there. Wow.
nice little deal. Last year we went, it was decorated for Christmas.
Speaking of decorating,
I know.
for
See,
Christmas,
look, I segued right into that very well,
you
right?
should be.
Do
you
you-
should be a media guy.
Okay, hey, listen.
I'm gonna have you come down someday.
Yeah. Do you decorate for Christmas? Is it too early to decorate for Christmas? Do you
Well,
skip
hopefully
Thanksgiving?
people decorate for Christmas.
Yes, but do you decorate now?
Peggy's watching, by the way.
Yes, thank you. Peggy, chime in.
Decorating now. I'm not harshing mellow. Those people that do, y'all like that harshing mellow. That's your all's
Yes.
age group right there.
Right.
Harshing mellow. You knew what I meant. Anyway.
Okay, Peggy says after Thanksgiving.
So yeah, I'm with Peggy.
Sandy
Sandy
says it's not too early to decorate.
Here's my thing. I don't harsh mellow the people that do.
Yes.
But for me, somebody put a calendar up online the other day that had Christmas when October hits, or when November hits. They had a little thing for Thanksgiving. And then, the rest was Christmas. And it's like, come on. I think we really have got to pay more attention to Thanksgiving.
Meredith said her tree is not up.
Her tree's up.
Or is up, but not decorated.
Not
So is that a Thanksgiving tree? I mean, you gonna put a turkey on top of that sucker?
Or leaves. Or,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
cornucopia.
or a dead tree. I mean, because
Horn
that's
of
fall in West
plenty.
Virginia. Yeah.
The cornucopia.
Ooh.
The horn of plenty.
It is.
Yeah. So, in my opinion, IMO, that It's a little too early
Are
for
you?
Christmas. Yeah.
I didn't, but I'm one of those people that's like, I don't want to necessarily wait super late because then you put your Christmas decorations up and feel like before you know it,
But you have a
you
month.
tear it down. Yeah,
But
I
if you
get.
go-
So are
if
you
you-
okay? So are you a real Christmas tree person or a?
No, we have fake.
Yeah, us too.
Yeah, we have
So,
a
I mean,
little
you could
pencil, and then we have a full size.
Yeah, you keep. I mean, if that you just keep it up all year round.
Just stick it in the corner.
Yeah, man.
And nobody
You
ever
know?
pay
You
attention.
guys want to know a secret?
Yes.
What's that?
So, like, I may or may not have already have Christmas lights on my house.
See, but see now that even if you don't turn them on, that's genius because
Yeah.
it's warm
Just leave them
outside.
on, right?
You know the funny thing is though, I never took them down last year.
I was gonna say, why not just leave them on if you? Yeah.
I mean, at this point, just commit to it.
Right. For sure.
So,
yeah,
well,
I mean, you know. Now, here's the thing: do I watch the Hallmark movies that
Yes.
started in October? You know, the countdown to Christmas. Possibly some of them.
well, that when we went last year to the Greenbrier, and that's what got us onto this Christmas conversation.
Right.
It was the debut weekend of the Hallmark movie
Christmas.
that was shot at the Greenbrier. Christmas at the Greenbrier. So, subtle shout out to the Hallmark.
Isn't that
family.
going to be shown this year? I think maybe.
Oh, I
Or was it
guarantee
shown
it.
this year?
Yeah, same people, different
Yeah.
town, same story.
Oh, it's always the
It
same.
is.
Yeah. We
Even the
always-
same characters. It's just to put a different name, set them somewhere different,
Right.
and then have the same story.
Well, when we watch them, it's like, okay, where's the point where the conflict arises, and then conflict resolution?
Correct.
Because there's some sort of conflict.
Yes.
And then there always has to be conflict
You
resolution.
know, pretty girl leaves
Right.
leaves the small town,
Yeah.
big life, tragedy strikes. She finds herself back in the arms of her high school sweetheart,
Right.
who's the
Yeah.
yeah, man.
Yeah.
You know,
Kelly says they make fake trees that look real.
they do,
They do.
they do.
And they make trees that, instead of like having to piece them together,
Yes.
you push a button and they're telescopic and they come up. And
Okay, that would
they
be
grow,
awesome.
whatever.
Because the one thing I
But
do
they're
not
really
like is,
expensive.
let me pronounce this correctly, flocking.
Flocking.
Is that right?
Yes.
I do not like flocking.
Hey,
Rachel
Kelly
says they
Kelly
miss
hasn't answered yet. So Kelly, do you put your Christmas decorations
Rachel,
up,
we miss you too.
or do you wait?
They miss you, but not me. Of course, I don't know them.
She
so
was
that-
she was one of the kids. Her and her sister were two kids in kids' church.
Oh, okay.
So
So there would be no
They
reason
probably
why they would
wouldn't
know
know
you.
you, right.
Pat says decorate outside while it's warm. That's
Yes.
a good idea. Peggy says they all end the same, but still watch. Yep, I agree, Peggy.
Pat,
For some
7
reason,
years.
we get sucked into that hole of Christmas movies.
Yeah. Agreed. While it's warm. Okay, so enough on our Christmas. We got
Yes, we got announcements.
yeah, we do have announcements, and we got a big one. It's called Reach the City Basketball. We need volunteers, and we need you kids to sign up. We have
So let me ask this question, since you're the man for Reach the City.
okay.
As he drops his head saying,
know.
I wish somebody else would do it. Hey, if you would be interested in heading up Reach the City and would like to shadow Joey this year to learn how to do so, get with him. Don't wait for him to come to you and ask.
Yes.
Get with him and let him know, hey, that I have a passion for basketball and I have a passion for kids.
This is it.
Sign me up. So I put a challenge out there. Somebody want to head it up, see
like-
Joey before the season starts.
I like this challenge.
Yeah.
I like this challenge.
Anyway, so let's say I'm interested in volunteering.
Okay.
And there's concessions, there's referee, there's coach, there's scoreboard, those kinds of things. How do I know where I would fit? Because refereeing, I've watched basketball, don't know much
Sure.
about it as far as what's allowed, what's not. I mean, I know you're supposed to dribble.
Correct.
You know, double
And with us,
traveling.
and with us being a rec league with kindergartners, some calls may not get called.
I got you.
Okay, so if you don't really, if that's not your cup of tea, or you're not 100% solid on the whole basketball thing, but you still want to volunteer, anybody can run a scoreboard.
Okay.
Like it. We
I saw
set it up
Mr.
for
Kelly
you.
Tillis put his name down for
Kelly's
scoreboard.
been a
So
faithful
even though
volunteer.
Kelly has signed up for scoreboard, doesn't mean he's going to have to run it all year.
Correct.
If we have 2 or 3
Absolutely.
people that will
We can
help.
say, hey, this is, and if
Gotcha.
Kelly's like, well, then I'll show up and do something else. What else can I do? There's things like we have all the kids line up and we announce them. And you may think, well, Line them up. What do you mean? We take them into the locker room. We start with team one, and we line the kids up a certain way so that way I can announce them. But that takes people.
Yeah.
And it takes 5 minutes. And you think, well, it's only 5 minutes. But if that doesn't get done, someone else has to do it, or
Right.
I have to try to do it.
Okay.
And I'm doing a bunch of other things. So there's that.
So what if I'm somebody that says, hey, Joey, I'd like to volunteer? Is there a way for me to just say, I'll volunteer, I'll show up, and you put me wherever you
Yes, on the sign-up sheet at the volunteer desk is coach, referee, concessions, and then I think anywhere.
Okay. All right.
So that way, if you're just one of those people, that's
This
like,
is
you know
kind of
what, I'm-
unlike any of the other volunteer things that we have going on here. Most of those we need to know specifics, or we didn't need you
Sure.
to be. This one is one of those things where it's like you show up, we'll put you somewhere, but we'd like for you to sign up so we know
Yes.
that we got people to work with.
So that's the thing. And games, nothing starts till middle of January, and it's 5 weeks. It ends by the end of February. 9 to 1 on Saturdays, unless you're a coach. Then it's 1 hour through the week, but you're only here 1 hour on a Saturday, about an hour and a half by the time you get here early for your game, and then the game's over. Games only last an hour. Most of the time, volunteers just show up at 8:30. Game starts at 9, and they just roll till 1 o'clock, and then it's a real quick tear down, and that's it.
So we need volunteers, and we're also continuing signups.
Yes, till next Friday. And that is for kindergartners to 5th grade. It's free, but they do that. We're here 9 to 4, Monday or Tuesday through Friday. I did a terrible job of our hours. 9 to 4.
And you work here.
Tuesday through Friday. They're here in the office, or if you attend our church, they're at the volunteer desk for you to sign up. All the kids' forms are there. So Sunday and Wednesday, you can do it at church, or all next week till Friday.
And volunteers, that's in the foyer. Signups to play are in the office and in the foyer.
Correct.
So make sure you're aware of that. We don't necessarily need volunteers showing up here during business
sign up.
hours to sign up.
Correct.
You can do that in the foyer.
Absolutely. Big Sunday.
Big Sunday. I mean, this is a huge Sunday. Not just because of the service, but because it's just a huge Sunday.
It is a huge Sunday, man. We got annual
be here
missions
twice.
offering.
Yeah.
True. We have annual missions offering. That is this Sunday morning. Faith Hansen, who is, she has recently transitioned into the leader of the International Missions Outreach, as her parents are kind of taking a step back. They're still involved, but they've passed the baton. You were at that conference where they did that. But so we've got a missionary speaking on Sunday. Faith is Holy Ghost filled, on fire. Looking forward to that. We'll have dynamic worship, but at the end of service, we will have a time where we take the missions offering, and it 100% that comes in
Right.
will be distributed to the missions that we support, local and abroad.
So what this is it's a theme Sunday. From time to time, you'll find a theme Sunday here at Maranatha. This is a theme Sunday. It doesn't mean that this is just the Sunday that you can give to missions, because the missions
Yes.
giving goes all year long. This is just the Sunday that we focus on. We bring
Correct.
attention to the fact that we support these missions.
Yes. So people have given all year long, and people may give this one time and give just one lump sum. Feel like J.G. Wentworth, 877,
Right? Yeah.
But one lump sum, and then some may give some, but they have anything collected up to this point and until December 31st goes into this year.
Right.
January 1, we'll start.
For 2020.
We'll start for the next one. Yes.
It's awesome.
But there are missionaries that depend.
Yeah.
And we don't want to have to cut anybody. We don't want to have to cut, even not cut specifically, or we don't want to have to give less money this year or this coming year than we did last year. So it takes everybody, pray about it. Know what God has given you to give. And this is not tithing. This is the offering.
Yeah, this is above and
This is
beyond
the above and beyond the tithe.
What I would challenge folks to do is even $10 this Sunday,
Yeah.
just to make this Sunday, as we draw attention to missions and we receive this particular offering on this Sunday, outside of what we do with tithes and offerings,
Sure.
I challenge you to $10.
Yeah.
If you aren't where you're wanting to ask the Lord what He would have you do on a yearly basis for offerings for missions, at least this Sunday,
Yeah.
do $10.
Absolutely.
You know, I mean, you could not go to Starbucks a couple times
Right.
this week.
One time.
One time.
Depending on if you get a
If
venti.
you're the McCutcheon family.
If you get a venti, you get one time. You just,
yeah.
So, but yeah, that's coming up Sunday, please. And then for the continuation of the year, will be our annual missions offering giving. So pray about it, and we'll have a time designated differently than normal offering.
Yeah.
We'll have a time designated for to give. So do that, and then Sunday evening, for those that are volunteers, and hopefully you signed up, we do have our volunteer Thanksgiving.
Are you talking to me? Hopefully I signed up, or hopefully they signed up.
Well, you, them,
Okay,
everybody
so
watching.
if you are a volunteer, you have received either an email or notification through the Church Center app that you've been requested to serve, but you've been notified that there is this dinner coming up on
Yeah.
Sunday, and you were asked then to respond to your leader of your
Yes.
department. If you have not received that notification, or if you have not let your department
Leader.
head know that you're attending, we need you to let them know that you're attending.
Like ASAP.
Like yesterday.
Agreed.
Because I want to make sure that there's enough food for everybody
Sure.
and that everybody's acknowledged when they're there.
Yes.
So
And if you're not a volunteer and you're thinking, well, man, I missed out, well, then start volunteering and you'll be a part of it next year.
right, exactly.
And if you're looking for something to do Sunday night and you're not a volunteer and have this to come to, I'm throwing this out there. Andre Van Zyl will be at Kings River Sunday night. I believe service starts at either 6 or 7. You'll have to check that out. But for those that are like, man, I missed out on that, well, you can still go check out Andre.
yeah, there you go. Something for you to do on Sunday.
Sure. Go support that. He's one of our missionaries.
Right.
Andre's one of the people that we support through the annual missions offering.
Yeah.
He'll be in town. I hate that schedules aren't going to work out that we could be there, but if you're not a part of the volunteer thing, check that out.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, moving on.
Next Thursday.
Yeah.
This is going to be good. Silver Stars next week. The last Silver Stars of the year.
Thanksgiving
They're
dinner.
doing the Thanksgiving dinner. Now, my wife isn't really accustomed to attending the Silver Stars,
Correct.
but I think I'm going to be able to convince her. You know, she came to the barbecue,
She needs to.
and she needs to come to the Thanksgiving.
She needs
one.
to, man.
'cause
Yeah,
it's gonna
Thanksgiving.
be
So
good.
that is next Thursday, a week from today.
Now the rule still stands. It's for folks 50 and over.
Yes.
And it is still that you need to get your dessert first.
Correct. Last month, the desserts had to be kept refrigerated
Yeah.
to as close as possible. So Pastor Lane, Joni was out of town. Pastor Lane was kind of running it. She didn't put them out, but she made a sign that said, desserts will be put out soon, need to stay refrigerated, because people started coming in and went over to the dessert table, and the
There's
dessert
nothing there.
table's empty.
Right.
And they're like, you've got to let people know,
Yeah.
because they're going to be upset.
Yeah.
So she had to write her a,
They'd go on
write
strike.
her, you know. But that
Peggy
is,
says
it
she
starts
needs to
at,
come. I agree, Peggy.
starts at 6. Yes.
Yes.
Had to think about that. So, and that's in the Family Life Center a week from today. Then, baby dedication.
Baby dedication is on November the 19th, and that'll be in the morning service. Because
Yes.
we only have one service on Sundays usually. So
Yep. Who knows? Maybe the Lord will tell us to have a evening service at some point.
maybe there was a reason why I said morning.
Yeah, maybe.
Possibly.
But baby dedication, we had a lot of families. We did one not long ago, but we had several families that that schedule didn't work out. So we're doing this. It will probably be not until April before we have the next one. So there's going to be 4 to 6 months
Yeah.
between this one and the next one. So if you have a child, and that is for not just infants, but if they come to, there comes a point age-wise where, because dedication doesn't save a child.
Right,
That's
correct.
but you're like Hannah giving that child back
Yeah,
to the
right,
Lord like she did
right.
with Samuel. So there comes a point where you're like, I don't know if
What age?
right at what
limit
age
would be right?
But toddler age and younger,
Yeah.
if they've never been dedicated, it's a great time. It's just a real sweet time. But you can sign up for that on the Church Center app.
Yep. You can also do that in the lobby if you join us in person.
Yep. So that is on the 19th. And then
We're getting close to Thanksgiving at
I
this
know,
point.
gosh, we are.
Isn't that crazy?
We are. The year went by so fast.
Yeah. Coming up on the 19th or the 22nd, there will be a service. There won't be service here because on the 21st we're joining Kings River for a
Yes.
community Thanksgiving worship service.
Yes.
And so it was great to attend that last year. You and Bethany joined in with
We did.
a collective
It was
of worship
really
leaders.
It was really funny because JD and Nicole, who used to be here, they were in Parkersburg at the time. They were supposed to be a part of it, and we all knew they were the draw.
right.
You know, not that we're second, but people love JD and Nicole.
Sure.
And T-Beer, James, sorry, I call him T-Beer. He called me. He's from Kings River. He said, Joe, JD and Nicole are sick. And this was the day of. He said, you're going to have to play piano. And I told him, I said, don't tell anybody or they won't show. And so I remember we sound checked and got things ready. And then we were all kind of standing around. And we all knew it. And as we were heading towards the platform, one of the guys looked at me. He said, how many people do you think are going to be upset when they realize JD and Nicole aren't here? I said, well, the moment that I step behind the keyboard, they're going to realize the buff bald guy ain't here.
Right.
And that's going to be the giveaway because I don't even like, no. And it ended up being a great time. The Lord healed JD and Nicole of their sickness. But it'll be a great time. No, they're not going to be here this year. They have relocated to Texas. But we enjoyed it. It was a great time of community. And it's just, we enjoy it, but at the same time, it makes you appreciate also what you got at home.
Right. Absolutely.
I love Kings River. I love Pastor Chris and what God's doing there, and I'm glad to be a part of it. But it also makes me go, I know where I'm called to be.
Right.
Too.
Absolutely.
You know.
And that's for everybody to be a part of, whether you are watching this and you're a part of Maranatha, or you're watching this and you're a part of another church. It's a community event.
Yes.
It's for everybody. All churches are welcome.
And I think what we did last year, and I think Corey and Aaron I think they're going to help and to make their online experience work a little smoother.
Nice.
And maybe take some of our equipment over to try to give a better overall online experience. And then what we did last year was they went live, and then Maranatha shared that
Okay.
service from our page. So if you're an online person thinking, well, how do I get to Kings River? 7 o'clock on that Tuesday,
Yeah.
you can come to the Maranatha Facebook page and find us sharing that Kings River.
Yeah, either way, it's going to be on there. We may be able to stream straight to our page.
Okay.
So I'm looking into doing that.
Multiple streams?
Yeah, so
Okay.
I might be able to do it that way. But either way, it will be
You're
on
going
our...
to be able to find it on our Facebook page no matter what.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, side note, you mentioned if you're not a volunteer,
Yes.
if you wanted to go to Andre, I pulled it up. It's at 6 p.m.
6 p.m. Thank
So-
you. See, look.
Look
Corey's
at
on
that.
it.
Gotcha.
Resources.
He's on it.
We have resources.
We do.
Sources that are re.
So that's it's a
No, it ain't.
it's a busy season.
It is. The holiday season is getting here, quickly. Have you done your Christmas shopping? That's the question. We talked about Christmas decorations. I think the most important thing beyond that is, what about Christmas shopping? Do you do that?
I suck at shopping.
I was going to say, you've got yours done?
One gift.
Normally I buy one good, big, expensive gift for Bethany and go,
See,
hallelujah.
I'm in that weird thing with my kids because I've got one that just turned 15 on Monday, and I've got one that's going to be 21 in March. So, and there's some distance between us as far as geographic
Correct.
locations concerned. So it's like, I know they'll probably be here with me, but does Sam want just money being 21?
Right.
Does Ella just want money being 15 going on 30? How's that work? You know what I mean?
Yes.
So that's waters I'm having to navigate these days.
Sure. Mine
You
is
have the
Bethany.
great opportunity to be able to buy presents because your kids are younger.
If Bethany's watching this, she's laughing when you say me buy presents. Because
I'm saying you, meaning her.
Right, correct.
Right, that's what I mean.
Because I'm the dad that's surprised at what my kids get on the Christmas.
You'd be the dad that buys a trash can.
I do. I'm like
for the room.
Oh, me, yes.
Here you go.
Yes, I'm the one that's picking up trash and I'm like, what, they open something and I'm like, man, we could throw 3 things away because you bought that one thing right there. But he's like, stop it.
Yeah.
So
you're not one of those parents that clean out before Christmas?
you know, my intention always is, and based on the look of my house, I do not do a good job of it.
Yeah, right.
My house is clean.
I'm with you.
But we have a toy room that I just close the door to.
I hear you.
It makes my stress and panic level go
Yeah,
down really good.
Right.
Because then I walk past it and I'm like, not today.
So what's tonight? We didn't talk about tonight. Tonight, if you're part of the worship team
Choir practice.
and you didn't get an email like people tend to say they don't when they come
Yes.
in, here's your notification. There's
Yes.
worship practice tonight.
There is.
What about next week?
There is not, because I have to serve. The staff serves the Thanksgiving dinner to the Silver Stars.
Gotcha.
And we take the third Thursday off so that people can enjoy Silver Stars.
That are 50 and over.
Yes.
Yeah. So worship practice tonight at 6:30.
Yes.
Don't be late.
Yeah. We're dusting off an oldie.
I saw that. That's very nice.
Dave and Nicole Binion, man. It was awesome.
Very nice. You can tell Joe's been touched personally by them because he saw them in person
I worshipped with them last week.
Yeah,
I did.
and now we're doing one of their
We
standards, right? If you need more information about all the things that we covered, guess what I have here?
Look at you.
I have been privileged. Sister Lane came by. Pastor Lane said, "Hey, will you talk about this? It's hot off the press. I've got the very first copy of the Maranatha Messenger right here in my hands. It's beautiful. I've got the one thick copy because it's not double-sided printed.
Yeah.
The one you get Sunday will not be as nice as mine.
True.
I will hold this
Dearly.
dear to my heart.
Yes.
Maranatha Messenger, there's a QR code that's about to pop up. You can scan that, and when the digital copy is released, you will get that. You can also pick up a hard copy in the foyer on Sunday. This is issue number 28 that is now dropping, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
There's
man.
some
She does
Veterans
a great
Day
job.
stuff in here. All the announcements that we've gone over today, announcements that you hear from the platform, are pared down because we're not trying to spend as much time on announcements during service. That's why we do this, and then while we put the messenger out, while the Church Center app is available for you. So all of this stuff, information about the announcements, the way you can get connected with the Church Center app, all of that is found in the Maranatha Messenger. It's also found in the foyer when you come visit us in person. Of course, we always love it when you join us online as well. So we have service on Sunday morning. We'd love to see you there, or love to see you online, because we have folks paying attention to online.
Yes, we do.
Making sure that people are ministered to there as well. So we'd love to see you here Sunday morning, 10 o'clock, 2910 Canal Terrace, Maranatha Church, and online on Facebook and on YouTube.
Yes, you did very well.
Thank you, Bo.
Have a wonderful day.